Let's bring in our ABC News political contributors, former Republican Congresswoman Barbara Comstock of Virginia and former Democratic Senator Heidi Heitkamp of North Dakota. Thank you both for being here. Barbara, committee members have said that members of the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys had ties to Trump allies Roger Stone and Michael Flynn, who both pleaded the Fifth when they were questioned by the committee. So what do you make of that, and what are you watching for in this hearing today?
Well, I think these witnesses obviously are going to be able to testify, I would expect, to their conversations with Roger Stone and Michael Flynn, and be able to explain how they came to be involved, how they were inspired by Donald Trump and the tweets that he made in December saying, you know, be here, come to Washington, be here, it'll be wild, and that their purpose in being there was to overturn the election, as Donald Trump said they should.
Now, Heidi, our colleagues at 538 are forecasting that Republicans have an 87% chance of winning control of the House in this year's midterms. What could happen to the committee if that does happen?
Well, I think the committee is working very diligently to get their work done before the midterms and before January. And so I expect that they will be wrapped up because they understand the political ramifications of a change in leadership in the House of Representatives. But what's been so interesting to me is how they have really told the story and built every new hearing on the last hearing. And I think today will be incredibly significant because we know that the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys and the 3%, all really extremist right groups, had connections to people who had connections to the White House. And I think clearly when you look at the crowd, how the crowd divided for the Oath Keepers, there was more planning to all of this than simply a random act. And I think we're going to hear about that today. And that's going to be devastating, I think, to the narrative that this is something that just happened spontaneously. This is something that was planned in the event that Mike Pence didn't prove his loyalty to Donald Trump.
So, Barbara, based on the primaries so far, Trump seems to still hold a lot of power in the Republican Party. What does that mean for the party long term?
Well, I think it's going to continue to be problematic for the party until the party, you know, lets go of what is a cancer on it with Donald Trump. It is going to continue to spiral out of control. I think these hearings have been helpful in telling the American people, you know, what a sore loser Donald Trump was, how he had no basis. And it's important for the American people to understand every one of these witnesses, including Pat Cipollone, who will be testifying, you know, in videotape, I imagine today and in other hearings, were Trump appointees. So these are Trump witnesses who are saying that Donald Trump was wrong about his claims about the election being stolen. And I think that's important for Trump Republicans to hear.
Heidi, what are you watching for as this hearing gets underway today?
Well, I'm watching to see how directly the connection between these white supremacy groups, these radical right-wing militia groups, how close that was to the White House and how close it was to the president. And I think we're going to hear that today. I want to make a point about Donald Trump. You know, we have a lot of musical festivals in states like North Dakota that voted overwhelmingly for Donald Trump. They still have pop-up booths where they sell Trump memorabilia. Not a lot of people flocking to him. And so I think the Republican, the control that Donald Trump has over the Republican Party is completely dependent on the control that he has or the motivation he has over his base. And as that wanes, I think you're going to see Republicans moving away from Donald Trump. But the importance of these hearings, the importance is that in the rearview mirror of history, all those people who stood on the sidelines, the Republicans, and let this happen, they will be shamed for eternity.
All right, Heidi Heitkamp, Barbara Comstock, thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.